Discovering Asian dramas back in 2018 was an enlightening moment for me, and I've never looked back. I enjoy talking about them just as much as watching them, so much so that I decided to create a podcast with a heavier focus on Chinese dramas, but passing through Korean, Japanese, Thai, and Filipino dramas. Welcome to the Tea and Soju Asian Drama Podcast, your corner for drama talking. For more tea and soju content, consider joining Patreon, where I release extra reviews and polls. Everything is linked in the episode description. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Tea and Soju Asian Drama Podcast. I'm your host, Liliana, and in this week's episode, it's time to go back to the currently watching monthly list. So I'm always super excited to record this one because it's always quite cool to just go back and basically, just make a list of whatever I'm watching. And I still think it's one of the most popular episodes that people listen to on the podcast. It does have quite a lot of listens. So I always say this, but as a listener, I really enjoy currently watching episodes. And after starting the podcast, I kind of realized that maybe it's not just me, maybe lots of people enjoy it. Although I will say my plan to, whenever I listen to other people's currently watching episodes, I always feel like my plan to watch list doesn't like it very much because I always end up adding a couple of dramas to that list, but it's always fun. So this episode includes what I'm currently watching as well as what I'm planning to start soon, and finally what I've recently finished. That tends to be what the format for this episode, and it seems to work quite well, so that's what I tend to go with. And then just with the recently finished, I will just give you guys a little mini review, and by that is just whether I've enjoyed the drama and whatnot. I will tend to give a little bit more detail if it's a drama that I've enjoyed and I'm not planning to cover it for the podcast as a full review. If not, I just tend to quickly mention it and then move on. So, just a quick reminder, as with every currently watching episode, this is my currently watching list works as categories, and the first category is absolutely loving, and then really enjoying, something is keeping me watching, too early to tell, and the last one will be dropped. So, like I said, if you guys haven't listened to one of these before, one of my friends, basically on a Discord server that I'm in, she one day just decided to post her currently watching list, but basically she did it in this, fun category format. And ever since then, I have kind of adopted that to my currently watching list, and I find that I really, really enjoy having it done in that way. So that's just basically how I tend to go about it and do my currently watching. So that is everything. That is the introduction out of the way. Look at that. I feel like that's one of the shortest ones I've ever done. So basically that's it. Just a heads up, a disclaimer for pronunciation. I try quite hard, or at least I try to not butcher any language too much. But obviously I am not native in Chinese, Korean, Japanese, or any of the Asian languages as much as I wish I was. I'm working on some Mandarin at the moment, and I feel like it's going to be a lifelong journey, so to speak. But as I am not fluent in any of them, I may mispronounce words. I probably will mispronounce words. So, if you'd like to correct me, please just let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. And just as a final little bit to the introduction, please remember that everything that I talk about in this episode will be in the episode notes. So if you want a name for a particular drama or anything like that, that PDF document of episode notes will be linked in the episode description, as well as any socials like Instagram and Twitter and email. So if you'd like to chat to me, please do. I always love chatting to people about dramas. So let me know what you're currently watching. I'm always up for other, chatting dramas. And just a last little aside, if you enjoy the podcast and you'd like to support even further, please do consider joining Patreon. I post extra reviews up on there, and that I do polls on there. The episode notes go up on there way before anyone else gets them. So yeah, if you'd like to check that out, everything is linked in the description down below. And that is it. Without further ado, let's get right into this week's episode. So first up is my absolutely loving category, and on that category currently I do only have one drama, although I'm pretty sure this is going to change fairly soon, and the only reason it hasn't, it's because I've only watched a couple more episodes of the drama that I think is probably going to end up in this category, but we'll come to that later. So the drama in my absolutely loving category right now is called Road Home, and it stars Tan Song-yoon and Jing Boran. It is a Chinese drama, and basically it is a drama of two people that meet kind of like in high school, and they fall in love, but through circumstances they have to break up. They decide to go their separate ways, and then 10 years later they meet back up, and it's quite clear that there is still a lot of feelings there and a lot of love. Now, will I say this is a drama for everyone? I don't think it is. Now, I'm absolutely loving it for the fact that it is very, very, very low angst, and the fact that basically you just kind of get to see these characters and how they've grown, because 10 years ago, their relationship at that point in time just was not feasible, through circumstances, and the fact that they were, and they admit it themselves, they're quite immature at the time. And I really enjoy that in this drama you kind of not only you see that yes, love is really important, but also sometimes the timing of a relationship is also really important, and the maturity of the person and where both people are heading in lives, in their lives, and on their own journey. And in this one, those characters, our main couple, really did need that time apart to be able to grow and to be able to find themselves in a sense. So yeah, I just love it. I absolutely love Tan Song-yoon and Jing Boran. Now, there has been quite a few comments about this one that, they may find the female lead. So Tan Song-yoon plays a character called Gu Xiao, and she basically, that some people have said that, they found the drama quite boring and that they found her not to be developed or underutilized. And I could totally see where those comments come from. That's why I say this is not a drama that will be, hit for absolutely everyone. It's a very slow, in terms of drama itself, it's a very, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's basically a very calm show in the sense. There's even when you think they're gonna lean into the tropes, and one of the very common tropes is how the parents disapprove of the relationship. And in this case, both fathers, both on our female lead and our male lead side, they completely disapprove of the relationship. But whereas back, 10 years ago, both our female leads, so our female lead Tan Song-yoon, her character is Gu Xiao, and then our male lead Jing Boran, his character is Lu Chen. And basically they, whereas 10 years ago they would have listened to their fathers and they probably wouldn't, have gone out of their way to go against them. Whereas right now, 10 years in the future, the female lead kind of lays down the law, and she goes, it is my life and I will do with it as I want. I want to be with him, and that is that. And because there is really no valid concern coming from either parent, they're just being obnoxious and whatnot, as parents in Chinese dramas and Asian dramas and dramas in general can do. So, I really like that. And I think, like, I quite enjoy the fact that you flash back to the past and they kind of tell you the story of what happened in the past. And often not, they will flash back in a similar situation to what they're in the future. And they will show you, like, how they've grown and how they've adapted and how, like, spending that time away from each other has kind of prepared them to be together in a relationship in a sort of sense. So it is a very kind of like peaceful and quiet kind of drama, which I'm really enjoying it for that reason. The scenery is really, really stunning. They take it to like a part of China that is very mountainous and it's super snowy. So a lot of the times you get these beautiful shots of our main couple with, you know, snow-covered mountains in the background. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. And it is currently the only drama that is in that category for me. So yeah, I just really, 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 really love it. So next up in my categories is the really enjoying category. And for that, I have two dramas on there right now. One of them is still a drama that I'm carrying over from last month. I just have not found the time to get back to this one. And that is the drama Rational Life. And it stars Chin Lan and Wang Hedi. It is a Nuna romance, Nuna office romance. It is one of the dramas that is coming from my On Hold challenge, and basically had been on hold for a while. I haven't made it to episode 8, I think. So, I mean, I'm moving along with it, and it's not that I'm not, like, enjoying it. I really am enjoying it. But right now, there's, like, an onslaught of Chinese airing dramas, and I just cannot seem to find the time to, like, get to these other dramas. And actually, like, personally, on a like personal note, I've been so busy, crazy busy with work, and it seems like everything is kind of like dropping at the time that I am busiest. So I'm really excited actually, because come April time, my work is kind of like shifting around to a 4-day week. So I'm gonna have like a 3-day weekend, and that's super exciting because you kind of like get more time, and I cannot wait to just have like that extra day where I'm not, you know, working, because unfortunately we have to work. I wish drama watching could like pay the bills, because I think that is every like drama watcher's dream, is to just be able to watch dramas for like a living. Can you imagine just like that be your job? I would love it. Although I do wonder sometimes, I know I'm completely off topic, but I do honestly wonder sometimes, like, if drama watching was your job, wouldn't we maybe like not like it as much, if that makes sense, because we would have to do it? I do wonder that sometimes, because I say all the time, I wish I could just watch dramas for a living, but then I kind of sit back and think, but would I still enjoy them as much if I had to, you know, watch them for work? But I suppose maybe, you know, not necessarily for work, but I kind of have to watch them for the podcast. So maybe, and I still love them just as much. So yeah, that was just an aside. I do wonder though, but unfortunately bills have got to be paid and adulting has to be done. So work comes first. But yeah, March has just been like ridiculously crazy for me. So I am super glad that from next month I can get like a little bit more time, extra time at home, in the sense of like an extra day, although I'll probably be working a lot of those Fridays anyways, but regardless. So this is the drama that I think is probably going to be on my absolutely loving. And actually next month, by the end of April, this will not even be on my list at all. So I'm kind of like a little bit sad that I won't be able to put it on my absolutely loving category quite yet. And the only reason being is because I've only watched 6 episodes, and that is the drama Nothing But You, and it stars Wu Lei and Zhu Yutong. And this literally started yesterday. 6 episodes were released yesterday. And I sat down and I binged through all 6 episodes, and I really, really, really enjoyed them. I'm really enjoying the kind of story they're building, but I'm going to do a first impressions mini episode for Patreon on this, so I won't say too much. I'm just really enjoying it. The thing is, this one's going to be a very, very, very fast release. I believe they're going to be releasing episodes every day continuously. So I think it's only going to be like a 2 or 3 week release schedule. So like I said, by next month, this will be on my, well, hopefully it doesn't flounder, but I don't think it will. I really, really like this female lead. Zhu Yutong has proven to do dramas that I really enjoy, and she has done like different kind of characters, so I tend to be quite happy when I see her in a drama. And then it's Rulei. Like, Rulei can act, we know he can, and he looks so different in like modern clothing. I was commenting this and saying, like, you take like last year's Love Like the Galaxy, and he is obviously very formal, very, you know, rigid. Not rigid in acting, like his character is rigid. That's what I meant. And basically, like, you kind of forget that Rulei is only 23. Well, I do. I forget all the time that he's only 23 because he kind of like doesn't really, when he's in period costume, he kind of like looks a little bit older, if that makes sense. But like in this drama, he's got like fluffy hair and he's definitely like, he looks like a young 20-year-old. And that's kind of like surprising to see. I haven't really watched him in anything modern. I can't quite remember. Nope, actually, I just double checked because I didn't want to be fibbing, so to speak. And actually, I haven't watched him in a modern set drama, but I have watched him in 2 modern movies. And that is the 2019 movie Adoring, which I did as like a Patreon special. Absolutely, just an aside, absolutely loved that movie. And then the also 2021 Upcoming Summer. I watched both of those, really enjoyed both of those. So I have watched him in modern. It's just that I've watched him in movies and not necessarily dramas. But yeah, he's just ridiculously impressive. He's been in the business for years. And to think that that's, I think, what it makes me forget that he's only 23 because he's been in so many things. So yeah, like I said, I won't be saying too much more on this. Apart from the fact that I'm really enjoying it, I think it will very much be moved into the absolutely loving category. But by, you know, next currently watching, this drama will be finished, so it'll be in my completed dramas. But like I said, I will be doing a first impressions mini episode for Patreon on this, and that should be released either. So today I'm recording as a Tuesday, so that will probably be released tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So maybe the same day of the normal episode release. So yeah, that is it for my really enjoying category. And then I just have like a bunch of dramas on my enjoying category, and that tends to mean that I think like I'm enjoying them enough, but they're not, you know, the ones that I run to constantly. Now, the first one of those is called Moonlight Chicken. This is a Thai drama and it stars Earth and Mix. And yes, they do have longer names, but I don't want to butcher them. So they are just known as Earth and Mix. So that's what I'm going with, okay? Please don't blame me. So this one is a very like understated drama, and the reason why I started this one is because I watched them in, is it A Tale of a Thousand Stars? I believe it is called A Tale of a Thousand Stars, and I really enjoyed both of them in that drama. It was very kind of like, the story was very different to Moonlight Chicken. Now, I am enjoying this one, Moonlight Chicken, but not as much as I did, A Tale of a Thousand Stars. And I think I got into A Tale of a Thousand Stars a lot quicker, which is a little bit surprising because so Moonlight Chicken is only 8 episodes, whereas A Tale of a Thousand Stars, I believe it's either 10 or 12 episodes, so a little bit longer. So it normally would take me a little bit longer to get into that drama, but it just didn't. I don't know, maybe just the timing was correct for me at that time. But basically, Moonlight Chicken is about this Earth's character, and he basically runs, is it Earth or am I getting them mixed up? This does happen sometimes, so I'm just going to pull up the MDL for it and basically just read you the description for this one. So it says, Jim is an ordinary guy running a Hainanese chicken rice dinner. One night, he meets Breezy when he stays past closing drunk, brought together by fate that night, intangibly feelings arise. Neither can stop thinking about the other, despite Jim's efforts to remain unattached. Working at the diner are Jim's nephew Li Ming, Salang, and occasionally chicken supplier Kaipa, who doesn't mind having an excuse to see him. So yeah, Earth plays Jim and Mix plays Wen. And basically they kind of like meet, and it's kind of like their story. And I think there's also like a background story of they want to like a bigger company kind of like wants to buy out the diner so that they can demolish it and like build newer shiny buildings in that place. So yeah, I definitely will finish this one because it is only 8 episodes and I've watched 2 so far. So yeah, I'm still enjoying it, but it's definitely not one that, I'm running for. Taking into account that it is only 8 episodes and I could have probably sat down and kind of like banged them out in a sense, but I just haven't. So yeah, that is the Thai drama Moonlight Chicken. Next up is a variety show and it is called Ginny's Kitchen, and this stars Kim Tae-young, it stars Park Se-joon, it stars Choi Woo-shik, and it stars, oh my god, I should have written this down because now I've forgotten who else it stars. But yeah, it also stars Lee So-jin, Jung Yoo-mi, and Lee Won-il. So yeah, it's basically like a bunch of people get together, and by bunch of people I mean like famous people, and kind of like open a diner. And yeah, it's just fun to see them do like regular jobs. Now, I'm honestly still on episode 2, I think. I'm taking this really, really slowly. This is kind of like nice when I kind of like, before bed and want to unwind a little bit, then I'll play a little bit of this and I'll play a little bit like at lunchtime or here and there. And that's what it is. I really enjoy that for this, this type of watching for that. So yeah, and also I just love anytime that like, even if it's just part of the Wonga squad are together, then I'm in. Sign me up, because this group of people just like mesh so well together. And yeah, and also it's Kim Tae-young. Like, I'm not going to say no to watching anything he's in. If you've been listening for a little while, like Kim Tae-young is my ultimate bias. So he was the one that caught my eye straight away and dragged me into the world of BTS. So yeah, anything he's in, I will definitely check out. So I'm really enjoying it. Enjoying Ginny's Kitchen. It's quite fun to watch, and like I said, I don't sit there and like watch through a whole episode in one go. I kind of like break it up into fun little chunks and have like a little bit here, a little bit there, maybe because I just kind of want to make it last a little bit longer, but I am really enjoying it. The next one, this is a group watch that I'm doing with a couple of friends, and I'm having really good time. We kind of like watch 2 episodes a week and then get together at the weekend and kind of like discuss the drama. So it's really fun to do it that way. Because like with completed dramas, you can not, a lot of the time you can't find people to kind of like, chat to about. So it's kind of fun that we do this together. And that is the drama Circle 2 Worlds Apart. And it stars Yoo Jin-gu, Kim Kang-woo, Gung Sung-yeon, and Lee Gi-kwang. And yeah, that is, I don't remember, is it a 2016? It might be older than that. 2017 actually. And as of right now, so I've watched, is it 4 or 6 episodes? It might be 6 episodes at this point. I don't know, guys. It's only Tuesday. Like, I don't understand. But this week, the clocks have gone back in Europe. And, like, I feel like I'm completely out of sync, completely out of whack. And it's ridiculous because I've only lost 1 hour. But 1 hour is quite precious. And it just feels like my whole week has gone a little bit funky. But yeah, so we're watching that. I'm still very much lost. I don't know what's happening. I'm a little bit confused with the drama itself, but I'm also quite enjoying it. So, and I think also it makes it kind of fun that I'm watching it with a group of people and we're kind of like, discussing it together and kind of like throwing theories out there together. So I guess that makes it more fun, because if I was perhaps watching it just by myself, I don't know if I'd be like as intrigued with it as I am, watching it with a group of people. So there is that to it. And yeah, that's it. That's that for Circle Two Worlds Apart. So next up is a Thai drama again, and it is called A Boss and a Babe, and it stars Force Sri Sang and Book Plok Pool. I hope I haven't butchered that too much. So this drama, right, I don't know, guys. I feel like this is my guilty pleasure drama, but I hate dubbing anything like a guilty pleasure, because if you enjoy it, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. And this is kind of like the cute, fun show that I go to. So basically, this one of our male leads kind of goes working for a company, and the CEO of the company is kind of like a little bit mean, but it turns out that once he hears the other guys, the other male leads, I should just go and figure out their names because otherwise it just makes sense. So the CEO is called Gun. Do we really call him Gun? Apparently. So the CEO is called Gun in the show, and the intern or new worker is called Cher. And basically, we find out very quickly that Gun listens to Cher's like sort of podcast or like videos to kind of fall asleep. Like his voice kind of lulls him to sleep, and so they kind of form a bond over that. But the funniest thing about this, right, is that Cher is kind of like, I swear to God, as soon as I saw this character, within about 5 minutes of watching him on my screen, he's like a golden retriever. I swear to God, he feels like he throws the energy of a golden retriever for this character, and it's kind of adorable to see. I mean, he can be a little bit annoying, a little bit pestering, but he's also really adorable. So, yeah, that is that drama. I'm just going to read you the MDL description because I feel like I haven't done a really good job at describing this one. So, Cher is a gamer who wants to make it big in the esports industry. During his senior year of university, he gets an internship with a crumbling gaming company. There, he attracts the attention of his boss, Gun, who has him do some pretty weird errands, confusing Cher about his true intentions. In addition to his gaming, Cher has an ASMR channel, and it's those videos that coax Gun to sleep every night. There you go. So yeah, they're just so stinking adorable. They really are, and I feel like the story, it's not great, guys. It's not like one of those dramas where I'm like, oh my God, what an amazing story. I'm really not, because it's really not that. But I'm also just really, really very much enjoying watching these two, and Cher and his very much golden retriever energy on screen, and like how he just melts our CEO. So yeah, that is A Boss and a Babe. And also just that name alone, I mean, it tells you everything you need to know, to be honest. So yeah, that's A Boss and a Babe. And next up on my enjoying list is a Chinese drama again, and it is called A Romance of Twin Flower, and it stars Ding Yuxi and Peng Xiaoran. And yeah, so this is the same actor who did The Romance of Tiger and Rose, which is probably why I went into this drama, because I really enjoyed that drama, The Romance of Tiger and Rose. I really, really did love it, but mainly because of Zhao Lushi, because I just feel like she did that role so well. But I also really liked Ding Yuxi in that one. And basically, this one is a is it a 38 episode drama, and it's a little bit confusing to explain, so I'm just going to read the MDL description. A quirky genius girl named G-Man loses her memory through an accident and inexplicably replaced her twin sister and entered the Who Manor. With her outstanding wits and business acumen, she managed to resolve numerous crises, eventually winning the favor of Ning Yu Xuan, the cold and arrogant young master of Who Manor. Now, that is the MDL description, but I will say, guys, this drama is, how do I explain it? I'm enjoying it, but not everyone will enjoy this drama. The editing is a little choppy here and there, and basically the story itself is also a little choppy here and there. So, yeah, the acting can sometimes be, especially from a female lead, it can be a little bit overacted. So this is one that I'm like, enjoying it and having fun with, but I also can say that not everyone will be on that board. In fact, the vast majority of people probably won't enjoy this one this much. I will say, if you're intrigued, give it a couple of episodes. I do quite like how the female lead kind of like thinks outside the box. And basically, so there is an accident that happens and our female lead is already married to our male lead, but she's married to someone else. And they say twin sister, but I don't know. I don't know if that's the route they're going to go. They might have been separated because they had no clue they had twin sisters. So yeah, that is still something that we're going to figure out eventually. But basically, I kind of like that. First of all, the first sister, that is, that's the one we meet very, very quickly, in the first episode, and the one that has the accident and gets swapped. She's kind of like really, really bad. She's mean, and the male lead kind of like absolutely hates her. And then the accident happened and the sisters get switched, and so G-Man, she's just so funny. She's very funny, but she's very resourceful as well. So I kind of like that aspect of her character. So yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying this one. I'm just laughing with it and having fun. And the show kind of doesn't take itself too seriously. So that kind of helps as well. So yeah, that is a Romance of Twin Flower. Next up is another Chinese drama, and it's called Miss Chun is a Litigator, and it stars Sabrina Zhuang, Huang Junji, Fan Zixin, Zhuan Lin Yu, and Qin Qian. Now, the reason why I started this one is because I really like Sabrina Zhuang. I've seen a couple of her dramas and enjoyed it, but also it's Fan Zixin, and he is the male lead from My Lethal Man, and I kind of became a fan of his, so I will check out his dramas if he's in it, because he's not in a lot of them. So I kind of do want to check out his dramas, and that's the reason I started this one. But this one, it's kind of funny. So initially, when this was kind of announced, and even when it was, initially on MDL, right before it came out, it was meant to be 40 episodes. And I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty long. But then Aichi released 20 episodes all in one go. And people kind of said, from reading the comments, people kind of said that, the ending after 20 episodes is kind of okay, so it doesn't necessarily need another 20 episodes, but there is room for them. So I'm just wondering, is it going to be 40 episodes, or did Aichi just scrap 20 episodes altogether and do it in a 20 episode drama? I don't know. But basically, the drama follows our female lead, and her father gets accused of a crime, and she, at that time, normally women wouldn't be able to go to court, but she is able to do so, and she actually saves her father from, being falsely accused. And then this kind of chain starts her wanting to be a litigator and her wanting to be in court, and she does so pretty well. So yeah, that is Miss Chun is a Litigator. I thought this was going to be on air, but it isn't. It's completely finished. well, I say at least 20 episodes are on iQIYI, and they just released that all in one go. So yeah, I watched only a couple of episodes because then all the on-air shows decided to come at the same time. So yeah, that's where I've left it. I will go back to it because I did enjoy the first couple of episodes that I did watch. So that's definitely one I want to go back and check out more of. The last drama on my enjoying list is another Thai drama. I feel like I've got quite a few Thai dramas on my list, which is, I quite like that because it means I've, been branching out a bit more. And that is the drama Midnight at the Museum, and it stars Tor Tanner Pop and Gan Van Sawat. I hope I feel like I've just completely and absolutely decimated that. But they are, I feel like when it comes to like Thai names, I have the hardest time with them. So hopefully that's not, absolutely, dreadful. So yeah, I feel like I'm really enjoying this one. It's a little bit hard to explain, so I'm actually just going to read the MDL description for it, and it says, Dome, a barista at a cafe on the verge of closure, receives an unexpected job offer. The offer comes from a cafe regular, Kata, who orders coffee he never drinks. The job is at an odd museum open only after sunset. With few choices, Dome accepts Kata's offer. On his first day, an employee tells him the museum is haunted. Forbidden by the overseer from entering Zone 16, Dome is tempted inside. Kata attempts to contain the damage, but Dome has unintentionally awakened something. Shortly, nearly everything inside is lost. Dome takes responsibility for the misfortune he is brought to the museum and attempts to hunt down what went missing in order to return them to where they belong. Now, when I first started watching this, I was very excited from the first episode. And also, I really, really like that this is unlike any Thai drama I've ever watched. It's really dark, and even they don't shy away from it's a little bit gory sometimes. There's blood all over the place, and there's definitely people dying. So yeah, but it's still a lot of fun, and I'm so curious behind the story as a whole because we've only gotten little pieces of it. I've only watched 6 episodes, but I think there's already 8 out. I just haven't caught up with this week's episodes currently, so I will need to do that at some point this week. But it's one I'm just really, really enjoying. Like I said, it's very much unlike anything I've watched. It's kind of like a darker version of, Night at the Museum. And yeah, I've just really been enjoying it. So that is Midnight at the Museum. And I'm watching that on YouTube, which is really easily accessible as well. So I really do enjoy that. And then up next for my currently watching list for my categories is the somewhat enjoying category. And I have 2 currently on this. One of them is a Chinese drama, and it's called Royal Rumors, and it stars Jeremy Tsui and Meng Zi Yi. I feel like I've watched 9, maybe 10 episodes of this drama. I do want to go back and watch some more and see how I feel because it is only 24 episodes, so I don't necessarily want to drop it because I don't have that much left to go on it. As for a Chinese drama, that's pretty short. But so what really drew me in is the female lead's character. She's really smart. She's ridiculously smart. And she kind of outsmarts everybody who is trying to bring her down. So basically, our female lead is the daughter of a general, and she kind of gets pulled back into the capital city again. And everybody kind of wants to bring her down because her father and her mother have the love of the people because they've just basically helped to bring down to stop a war. So they've won a war or something like that. And basically they've got like the appreciation of the people. And with that comes like lots of people who want power to basically bring her down so that their family can kind of like gain power from their misfortune, if that makes sense. And then you have like the crown prince, who's basically trying to figure out if this new lady in town is basically someone that he can count on, or is it someone that he's going to have to basically push out of the way, so to speak. So it is a little bit politicky, but not too bad. I'm still enjoying it. I will say, what I don't quite feel is the chemistry between the main couple, at least up to episode 10. There's been like a couple of scenes where, they do the classic fall on each other and stuff like that. But I haven't quite, seen the sparks yet. I'm hoping I will. Like I said, I do want to go back to this one. Because I feel like it'll be worth to finish it off anyways. But yes, that is the Chinese drama Royal Rumors. And then next up on this category of somewhat enjoying it is another Chinese drama, and it's called The Science of Falling in Love. And this one stars Wu Jia Yi and Li Yi Chang. Now, this drama, basically, the male lead is like he's a scientist, and the female lead kind of like falls in love with him at the first sight. And she tells him, like, I like you, and he says, well, prove it. And basically, he makes her go through a bunch of like tests and stuff to, because he's a scientist, to like prove that she's in love with him. But obviously, like, sometimes you can't, prove that. And all of the tests are coming back negative, and he's like, no, you don't like me. And then you come to find out that they have a childhood connection, and she's basically forgotten him. She hasn't. It's a little bit silly. Like, he looks nothing like the kid he used to be, because it's played by, a kid and an adult. But also, he's changed his name, so there's no way she would recognize him. So that aspect, like, drives me a little bit bonkers, and there is, like, misunderstandings surrounding that. But there's also like a couple of scenes that I didn't quite like in this one, and it's the fact that they kind of like have this monkey, and they're kind of like training the monkey to kind of like, do an experiment with it. Nothing like they're not cutting the monkey or anything like that, but they are like, there is scenes of that. Like they're teaching the monkey to do stuff basically, and it's used as like comedy relief. And I guess animal testing is something that is common in China. I don't like it. I try to stay away from stuff that is animal tested and all of that. So but I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole other side to it. That is something I didn't necessarily like, but I do really like the main couple. The main couple is like cute, and I kind of just want to see where they go. The thing is with this one, they released 8 episodes, and then like they suspended the airing, and I think there was like a little debacle with it, because I think the name, so The Science of Falling in Love, I don't think it was a Chinese name. I think it was the actual, I don't think it was the English name they had a problem with. I think it was the Chinese name. Apparently it was the same as like a manga or something, but the story was different. I'm not sure what happened, but they suspended the airing. So I kind of watched 8 episodes, and then there was no more to watch. But they have since, I think over the weekend, they have resumed airing it again. So I do kind of want to go back, because at this point, I'm just like, I just need her to find out who he is, and I just need them to like be cute together. That is the only reason I'm kind of like watching this one at the moment, and that is The Science of Falling in Love. So yes, next category is Too Early to Tell, and this is basically like dramas where I've only watched an episode, maybe 2 possibly. With the one that is on the list today, I have only watched an episode, and this is the Korean drama The Real Has Come, and it stars Baek Jin Hee. An Jae-hyun, Chu Joo-won, and Jung Yi-jae. And basically, this is a weekend drama. And if you're not familiar with like Korean weekenders, they are basically a Saturday, Sunday drama, but they are usually about 50 episodes. So they're still about an hour 10 each episode, but they are 50 episodes. So this, when you sign up to do one of these, you are in for the long haul because it's going to be a long drama. And this one kind of caught my attention because I kind of like the, I haven't really watched many of the actors or actresses in this at all, except RJ Hyun. So yeah, I've seen him in a couple of roles before, and I was intrigued that he was doing a weekender. And actually, the trailers and the promo for this has been really fun. And so I'll just read the MDL description. It says, Oh Yoon-do is a Korean language instructor who delivers online lectures and has become something of an internet celebrity. Gong Tae-kyung, meanwhile, is a talented obstetrician and gynecologist from a prestigious family who specializes in infertility treatment. He has no intention of getting married. Both are happy with their lives and think they are successful until Oh Yoon-do discovers she is pregnant. The duo decides to try to engineer a fake contractual relationship, and Gong Tae-kyung convinces Oh Yoon-do to become his wife. But this move proves to be tricky. Jang Se-jin, Gong Tae-kyung's brash first love, now a powerful figure at a major firm, wants to have a say in all this. Also, what is incredulous about all of this is the involvement of Oh Yoon-do's boyfriend and investment advisor Kim Jong-hwa. Will Cupid be able to sort out this entangled mess of a romance? So basically, it's like four people, and they were kind of like dating each other, and they kind of like swapped couples of a sort, but because they broke up or they cheated on each other or something like that. It sounds wild, but weekenders tend to be a little bit more macjangy. So yeah, I feel like this sounded like a lot of fun, and I've only watched the first episode so far, and I really enjoyed it. So I will definitely be going with this one. I'm watching with a group of friends again. We kind of like have a weekender on go every now and again, and we kind of like all get together and watch. Well, we don't, we watch it our own time because time zones are a thing and they are horrendous to coordinate, and then we just kind of like chat about it. And yeah, this one feels like it'll be a fun one to watch. And that's it. That's the only one on my too early to tell, because it's the only one I've only gotten one episode into. And the next category is they plan to start within the next week. So this is dramas that I want to start soon. And this one actually, it started airing today as I'm recording the episode. So is it the 23rd today? 28th. No, it is the 28th of March? Yes, March. I've lost complete track of time at this point. And this is the wuxia drama Pledge of Allegiance, and it stars Leon Zhang, Shen Ru-shun, and Sun Yi. And my curiosity for this one is basically because I really like Sun Yi as an actress. I've watched her in a couple of things, but basically I really like the promo for this. It looked pretty good, and I don't tend to really go into wuxia. It's just not a genre that appeals to me that much. But this one is only 24 episodes, and that kind of like made my little, intrigued bells go off because it's pretty short. So yeah, that's one I definitely want to check out at some point. Hopefully at some point this week I'll be able to get around to it. And that's it. That is everything that like I'm currently watching, everything that I plan to start. So that's my main bulk of the list done. And then I'll just go through some dramas that I decided to drop this month. One of them was The Journey of Chongzi, and that stars Yang Chao-yu, Jeremy Tsu, and Ding Wei and Ashima. I don't know what it is about this one. This is a xianxia, but it just wasn't really working for me. And at this point, like, there's so many dramas, and you know my key phrase by now. If you ain't enjoying it, let it go. Like, it doesn't need to work for you. So, there was something about it. I kind of watched, I think, maybe 8 or 9 episodes, and I really wasn't getting into it. And actually, I found myself wanting to skip scenes of it, so I ended up letting it go. So that's The Journey of Chongzi, Our Blooming Youth, and this one stars Park Hyung-sik and John So-ni. Now, I was really sad to like drop this one because I really like Park Hyung-sik. I tend to like his dramas, but this one I find myself really, really bored by the drama, and even by his character itself. It felt a little bit flat. I think I got like 2 episodes in, which arguably is probably not enough to judge it, but I was still feeling bored by episode 2. Like, I wasn't really intrigued. There was nothing really grabbing my attention, so I was like, there's no really point for me to go on with it, especially because it's 18 episodes, so it tends to be slightly longer. I don't know, is this one that you're watching? Like, are you enjoying it? Did I drop it too soon? Let me know what you think. And then next up is another Chinese drama, and it's called Warm on a Cold Night, and it stars Lee Yi-tong and Bi Wen-jun. And again, this one was just one that I went in, checked out, but it didn't really work for me, so I let it go. I don't even quite know what it was about it, but there was just something that wasn't really clicking for me. Maybe I wasn't in the right mood for it. So yeah, I let that one go. And the next one on my dropped list is The Girl Who Sees Smells, and this is the Chinese drama. It isn't the Korean one, and they do not have anything in common. They are different dramas. I haven't read anything that this is a remake of the Korean one. I haven't watched the Korean one, so I can't really judge. But this one stars Jin Zi-xuan and Jia Yi. Now, I only got 1 episode in, and I'll tell you what, I went on MDL and I was like updating my, list, and I went and I kind of scrolled down to the comments, and everybody was so mad at the ending. So mad at the ending for this drama. And you know me, I really don't mind spoilers at all. So I was like, well, let me read the spoilers. Let me read how it ends. And I was like, yep, nope, not going near that. So I literally got 1 episode into it, and I was like, look, I haven't gone far enough to be invested in it. So I'm going to take a far left turn away from this drama. So that is The Girl Who Sees Smells, the Chinese drama, not related, as far as I know, to the Korean one. So that is it. That's everything for this month in terms of like what I'm currently watching and what not. And then I am just very quickly going to run through, because this episode is getting really, really long. I'm thinking I might do I might split my currently watching and then do a separate episode for like my completed dramas of the month. I don't know if that would work, but that's just something I've been pondering, because I feel like my currently watching episodes tend to run sometimes a little bit long. So I don't know. What do you think? How would you prefer the episode? Would you like everything in one go, so currently watching and recently finished, or would you like it to be split into 2 episodes, 2 smaller episodes? I don't know, let me know what you think. So I'm just gonna very quickly run through my completed dramas for March 2023. I won't even speak too much on them. There is one that is on my list, but I will not even touch, and that is the Xianxia drama, The Starry Love. Spoiler alert, I absolutely freaking love this drama, but I am doing a very, very special episode with a guest, and that is coming within either the next week or 2 weeks. And I'm so excited to record with her, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But that is why this Starry Love, I won't even touch on this completed. I did complete it, I did love it, but I won't talk about it because I want to leave all my thoughts and everything for that episode that's coming. Honestly, guys, I'm so excited to share that episode with you guys. It's not been recorded yet, or we will be recording it soon, and I cannot wait to record it and then to share it with you guys, because I feel like it's probably going to be one of my favorite episodes to record. So I'm just really excited. Anyways, sidetracked again. So one of the dramas that I completed this month is Time and Him Are Just Right. It is a youth drama, and it stars Liu Yu Xiao and Woon Jun Ting, and I scored this one an 8.5 on MDL. absolutely loved it. I loved this pairing so much. I really liked how they worked things out, how we got to see them from college, high school to college, to then adult life. That's the word I was looking for. Really solid youth drama. So yes, that is Time and Him Just Right. And then, guys, guess what? I finally finished Connect. If you haven't been listening to my currently watching and Connect saga, this has been on my currently watching for 2 months, and it's only 6 episodes. But because I've been watching it with my partner, it's just taken forever for us to finish it, and we finally did. I thought it was okay. We got to the ending and we were like, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? We weren't quite satisfied with the ending. So this is a mystery horror, and it stars Jung Hae-in, Go Kyung-pyo, and Kim Hae-jun and Kim Ro-ha. I ended up scoring it a 7.5 out of 10 on MDL. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the ending. I wish they'd done something a little bit different, but, it is what it is. Next up, I finished up Under the Microscope, and that is a Chinese drama, and it is a period set mystery drama, I would call it, and it stars Zhang Ruiyun, Wang Yang, and Qi Wei, and I ended up scoring this one an 8 out of 10. I really liked it. I thought it was a pretty solid drama. Honestly, the thing that for me gets the score up so high for it is the male lead. I feel like his acting in this was ridiculously good, and I'm now wanting to go watch some more of his stuff. So yes, if you're a fan of Zhang Ruiyun and you have dramas of his that are some of your favorites, please let me know, because I definitely want to check some more of his stuff out. Now, the next one that I finished is, I love this drama, guys, and it's the drama Meet Yourself. It is a modern set drama, like slice of life, I would call it, and it stars Liu Yifei and Li Xian. I ended up scoring this one a 9 out of 10. No particular reason that it doesn't really make it into the higher. I really loved it. But it is a drama that I don't think I could binge. It's a very slow, slice of life drama. So I loved watching one at the end of a busy day, and then I would save it for, So I actually dragged my feet on this one quite a lot because I didn't want to finish it. I just kind of wanted to keep it as, my safe space to go to and watch another episode when I was feeling really stressed. So yeah, I just really loved it. I love the main couple in this. I feel like their relationship was done really, really well. I loved the generational conversations that were had in this drama as well. So yeah, that is the drama Meet Yourself. Next up, I finished The Forbidden Flower, and that stars Jerry Yan and Shu Ruhan. And this is it is a romance drama, but it's, a much older male lead with a younger female lead, and the storyline revolves around that. There is some angst with the female lead. I really liked this one. The ending, it is what it is. It can be interpreted in so many ways, and there was actually kind of almost really, really good discussions going on about the ending, which is really good to have. If a drama can do that, I feel like it's done a really good job. I really liked it. I really liked the relationship. Yes, it was an older male and a younger female lead, but I think it was done with respect and everything, and it kind of worked. So I ended up scoring it an 8.5 out of 10. Next up is a Korean mini drama, and it is the drama Pop Out Boy, and it stars Kim Do-yoon and Kim Min-kyu, and I ended up giving this one a 7.5. And basically, this girl, one night she's sitting at home, and literally a manhwa character kind of jumps out of a manhwa into her life, and it's kind of fun. It's pretty short. I feel like I did a lot of short dramas this month. I would sit down and I would, because March surprisingly, it's been like slightly slower, especially in Chinese drama land. It is only now, like the last week and then going into April, that everything's really, really picking up. So I did a lot of like small, and by small, I really, really do mean small dramas, which is like, 2-3 hours, maybe, about 2 hours, 3 hours, all of the episodes together. So I'm just going to very quickly run through those. And I did Afterlife of Love and Revenge, Large Queen, horrible name, guys. That one, I don't know if I recommend that one. I really don't. My Naughty Assistant, Belated First Love, Mummy's Counterattack, Mini World, and Love at First Sight. Like I said, these are all very, very mini dramas, and I'm not sure if I recommend any of them, to be honest. Probably, I don't know. I honestly don't know if I would. I enjoy them, but I also know that it takes a particular person to kind of enjoy these types of dramas, because by no means are they really high quality or high storytelling or anything like that. They are what they are, and they serve a purpose of just like, keeping you, if you want to watch something, and, they are there. So yeah, I enjoy them for when I'm not like engaging with any of my shows and I'm caught up and whatnot. Then I tend to go in and just watch one of these. So yeah, that is like all the mini dramas that I've done. And then I just watched a short Korean BL, and it's called Oh My Assistant, and that stars Song Hyun and Ko Chan Bin, and I ended up scoring it a 7.5 on MDL. I really enjoyed this one. This one wasn't even on my radar, but I heard it on the Certified Nooners talked about it on one of their episodes, and I was like, oh, this sounds so fun. So I ended up going to watch it, and actually I kind of binged it all in one go and ended up really, really enjoying it. It's kind of sweet, and I kind of like the main couple, so I found them fun. So yeah, and then the last one on my list is called Taste of Love, and it stars Wang Yi-jin and Deng Kai. And I ended up scoring this one a 7 on MDL, 7 out of 10. Now, I really like the main couple in this, but the storytelling was a little bit blech. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, the storytelling wasn't that great, but I really loved, like, the male lead was just so in love with the female lead. It was so much fun to watch that aspect of it, and I kind of liked, like, once they got together, it was kind of fun. But yeah, the storytelling wasn't like the greatest for this one. But that is it. That concludes my currently watching, recently finished for March 2023. I feel like this is going to be a very long episode. I just feel it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. What are you guys watching? Please come and chat to me and let me know, because I'm always more than happy to like chat dramas. Everything is linked in the description. Episode description below. I obviously cannot speak. It's a good thing it's the end of the episode. Like I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I hope life is treating you well in your corner of the world. And I shall see you next week for more drama chatter. This has been another episode of the Tea and Soju Asian Drama Podcast. I'm your host, Liliana, and you can come and chat to me on Instagram, Tea and Soju Pod, all one word, and on Twitter, tea_soju_pod. You can also email me at teandsojupodcast@gmail.com. If you would like to support this podcast, please consider joining Patreon for extra content. Lastly, if you enjoy this podcast, please help by rating and reviewing wherever you listen to help others find this drama corner. I'll leave everything linked in the description notes. See you next time for more Asian drama chatter.